Sean, our next guest moved to Las Vegas when he was 5 years old from California, like so many great people do, not counting myself, of course. And with all the restaurants and venues reopening, some of the performers are starting to step back into the performance chair,
Yeah,
including Cameron.
absolutely. Cameron Detman. He is here joining us now. Don't worry, he's one of those Californians that can drive. How are you, buddy?
I'm very good, man. I'm very good. I'm hanging in there. This has been a weird time for us musicians,
Yeah.
but I think we're doing okay.
Well, entertainment industry. I mean, it's been obviously, you make your living going out and performing, and for a couple months there, man, oh man, it was tough booking a gig because there were no gigs to book. What's it been like being a
Yeah,
musician under lockdown? Have you used this as kind of like a creative ability, a creative time to be able to put pen to paper?
yeah. Definitely done a lot of songwriting. What a lot of us did, especially us that perform for a living, was we jumped into live streaming. So many of my colleagues and myself started picking time slots and just deciding to start streaming in those times. And then we all kind of set times around each other. It was kind of funny to see who, like, I would pick, 7 p.m. to 9, and then my friend would go, okay, well, I'm going to go from 5 to 7. So when a lot of us didn't want to be around each other and at the same time, so it was kind of like this unspoken, rule that we all chose specific times so we could all get some time for everyone. And it was cool because there'd be a noon guy, there'd be like a 2 p.m. guy, 7 p.m. person. So yeah, but that's actually, it's kept a lot of us sharp and still, ready to play and perform, and actually has really created a lot of amazing new friendships, and um I've met a lot of people from all over the world. Honestly, I made some friends from Australia who caught my Facebook feed.
Wow.
Some folks from the
Wow.
UK, from across the US. So it's actually been a really helpful thing, and I've gotten a lot of amazing messages about people who have been listening and say, "Oh, you made our night. We've been listening to you while we were eating dinner and stuff." So it was just a lot of really cool things that happened that I didn't expect from it all. Despite
Well, we're
me,
glad.
you know, yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Exactly. Well, it's good to look at the positive side of everything that's happened because it's very easy to dwell on the negative. And speaking of making new friends and playing, tonight you're going to be on stage at Botelia at Green Valley Ranch. You mentioned before we started the interview that to me because it's one of my favorite restaurants. You've also been playing
Yes.
at Firefly, I take it.
Yes, I will be at Firefly each Sunday for the rest of June from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. if you guys want to come out for brunch.
Yeah, this is at the Firefly that's
Mm,
in my neck of the woods at Buffalo and Warm Springs around that area, brand new location
Correct.
the
there,
Yeah.
new one.
Yes,
which is
that's the
pretty
one.
cool. Speaking of trying to keep things positive, I sometimes you need a song to kind of get you there. You have a song called
Yeah.
"Everything's Fine." Tell us about this new track.
Yeah, well, so I wrote this. I was overseas in Singapore last year from September through December, playing at the Ritz Carlton, and so I had written a bunch of
Oh
songs,
my
and
gosh.
one of them that really stuck out to me, thank you, was this song called "Everything's Fine," and it's sort of an inside joke that I have between me and one of my best friends. Anytime something goes wrong, we could sort of like tack it on to the end of a sentence. He'd be like, "Yo, I had a terrible day at work, but everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine."
It's great.
And
Yeah.
so that became yeah. So it became an inside joke, and so I decided to write a song kind of about that, like, because I have a um, very optimistic demeanor about me that is, unshakable, and it's like I'm very determined to keep as optimistic as I can all the time. So it's a little bit about that, and keeping a good attitude despite anything bad that happens to you in your life.
All right. Well, let's hear that now. This is "Everything's
We're going to
Fine" with
hear
Cameron
it.
Detman here on the Morning.
Thank you. You're so optimistic, always just to fix it. Unrelenting bright side, keeping up the good vibe. Always got a full glass, always give 'em all a pass. Just be the perfect doormat. Why you let 'em treat you like that? It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be alright. Everything's fine. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be alright. Everything's fine. Private invitation of tribulation. Always gonna let them in and mess with your vacation. You never clap back. Always give them all a pass. Just be the perfect doormat. Let them treat you like that. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be alright. Everything's fine. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be alright. Everything's fine. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fine, fine, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Everything's fine. I'm so optimistic. Always just to fix it. I'm presenting right side. Nothing good vibes. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be alright. Everything's fine. It's gonna be fine, fine, fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be alright. Everything's fine.
There we go. Cameron Detman, everybody.
Right on,
How great
man.
was that?
Thank you very much, you guys.
And he's
Bravo.
back performing. You
Everything
can
is
see him throughout
fine.
town. Honestly, you got to follow him on Instagram and on Facebook. He's all over the place. CameronDetman.com if you want to learn more. We appreciate Cameron for being here. And go
Thank you
check him
very
out
much.
live somewhere around the valley.